Alrighty, welcome back to another video. Now, I think this will be the first time I'm actually doing this. Um, let's just look at the new hero of the month. It is August right now, so this is the August hero of the month. This is Ithar. It is a 5-star yellow rogue. Stat 9s are pretty decent this time. It has dodge special damage. This character has a 10% chance to dodge special skills that deal damage. Wow, okay. Attack up Alpha Ithar. And resist status ailments from minions. This character has innate resistance against status ailments that are from minions. So I think this one stops, this one stops water pipe. It does stop, I think it does stop the fire damage from Sun Quan. I'm not sure whether it stops I don't know whether it stops Diao Chan's minions from stealing any buffs she has on her, but you know, I'm not sure. We'll have to run that as a test. If that works, that'll be super awesome. Anyways, the special skill, Stupendous Break-In. Very fast mana speed, so if you have any level 11 mana troop at minimum and above, you get to fire her in 6 tiles. Steals all dispellable buffs from the target and randomly distributes them on allies. Steals 35% mana from the target and distributes it to allies. All allies get 30% attack for 2 turns. Element Link gives plus 10% mana generation for all holy allies for 4 turns. This effect can't be dispelled. Okay. I think this is one of the better Hero of the Months that has been released so far. I mean, going back, let's see, like, what do you think of a good Hero of the Month? You think about someone like Kara, which was one of the only Hero of the Months with taunt. So it is an entry level taunt that you can use apart from Krampus, Costume Black Knight, Ludwig, and Forces. Apart from that, what other Hero of the Months? You can use like Divana. Again, notice how all of them are yellow. You can use Divana, you can use Ruffian and Nurjib, which is by far one of the best, I feel, mana controllers in the game. Now this one does something similar to Ruffian in the sense that instead of stealing 50% mana, what you do is you steal a little bit less. So 35% mana from the target. If it's full, you're essentially giving all allies plus 7% mana, depending on who you steal. Now, remember, the stealing of mana from the target depends on the speed, is affected by the speed. So let's say if you're stealing, like for example, you're stealing mana from a slow hero as opposed to an average hero, the mana difference in which you steal is actually significant. It's actually a bit more than usual. So keep that in mind when you're using Ithar to target. Now, steals all dispellable buffs from target and randomly distributes them on allies. I think this is very underrated. The fact that you can steal taunt at very fast speed, I think this changes this changes the game, the flow of the game a little bit, because you know, if let's say you're going against an alpha taunt or you're going against a hero that is giving taunt, what you can do is use Ithar. No, now here's where the random distribution might screw with you. So let's say, for example, you're going against let's take Jesus. Okay, let's take my one of these defenses, for example. Not this one. Let's use okay, so let's say, for example, you're going against this. If you're stealing Forces, what you're doing is you're stealing the taunt only. So for example, let's use mine. Yeah, let's use mine. So what you're doing is, if you're stealing Ludwig's, what you're doing is you're stealing Ludwig's taunt. You're also stealing his plus 84% defense against special skills. And then once you do that, if your taunt lands on someone beefy, for example, it's very easy then to charge up, Ithar immediately. You know, it's just two yellow matches, and you can effectively steal the buffs, the mana buffs, from either Erlang or you're stealing it from Hurricane. And it's pretty good to steal buffs from Myoin, for example. The buffs that Myoin places on defense up, as well as mana generation bonus. So it's pretty okay, I think, to steal, especially when at very fast speed. The only problem I see from this is she deals no damage at all. So that's one big problem here. Literally no damage. So I wouldn't say she's very good. She might be a bit underrated, but the fact that she deals no damage at all, I think that's the part where it's the downside to, the downside that every hero of the month carries. Like, she cannot be super, she can't be super good, but at the same time, she's not to say super bad as most of the hero of the months are. But she does have her uses. So imagine, with this high attack stat as well, if you're combining this with the super elemental holy heroes, that is one synergy, I suppose, that you can run with. Because of a high attack stat, you depend on tiles to kind of kill the purples on defense, and you can use Ithar to kind of steal Ludwig. You can kind of steal buffs from Myoin. You can kind of steal buffs from double costume Obakan if you're meeting him. So think of her as a support, like a controller, not so much as a kill. Because now the current meta, what's happening now with the current meta is it is so difficult to do those kind of hit 3 trios or hit all trios that can essentially guarantee you kills because of the taunts that's around and because of how beefy heroes are. So if you're sometimes you'll have to play the long game, then Ithar becomes much more stronger. So maybe that's the way you would use her. I know a lot of people will be saying that without damage then Ithar is completely useless. But if you're cheap to play or something like that, you're gonna have to find ways to kind of use these kind of heroes. It is interesting that she's not she doesn't deal any damage, which I'm actually quite surprised with. But the fact that she's able to give allies plus 30% attack or so, it's kind of okay. So anyways, that's my review of Ithar, the hero of the month. Maybe what I'll do is, if I do get her and I don't have any other yellows to level, I might level her actually to try it out. But to me, I think maybe there is a chance that we might need to have, like, say, maybe use 2 at the same time in order to make her actually useful. But who knows? Let's see how it goes. But anyways, for those who's trying to collect the hero of the month, good luck to you. Remember, she's on any portal that you can summon a 5-star. It's where you can actually get her as a bonus pool. So take note of that, and I'll see you guys on the next video. GG.